Welcome to this video which focuses on tracking and reporting on user activity. My name is Darren Delaney, I'm Head of Technical Services here at Net4 Technologies. So maybe you've got a network out there with a couple of hundred clients or maybe even thousands of systems connected. And you've got users logging on, connecting to applications, browsing the web, maybe downloading files, maybe accessing database applications. But what if you've been asked to report on activity associated with a single user? Well, traditionally, we could look at firewall logs, we could look at maybe setting up SNMP monitoring, we could look at network protocol analysis, we could look at Windows event logs, maybe try and get some logon information, we could look at switching on Windows file and database auditing, we could take a look at proxy logs. So lots and lots of systems, lots and lots of time taken analyzing these systems to try and figure out what is associated with a particular user. So let's take a look at how you can do this more quickly and easier using the LangGuardian system. We are now logged on to the LangGuardian web front end. Now remember that the LangGuardian is a software product that shows you exactly what is happening on your network. And it's all you need to monitor network activity, manage bandwidth, troubleshoot network problems, and comply with data security standards. Now for this example, we're going to focus on a user called Windy. So I'm going to firstly go to the bandwidth section here. I'm going to go to the traffic reports and select the top users. I could select a time period, but I've been asked to investigate this user over the last 24 hours. So we put in the username and we run the report. Looks like Windy here, who's part of the sales department, has generated about 1.31 gigabytes of data on the network in the last 24 hours. Let's drill down and find out what's been happening. So here we get a breakdown. Looks like they're using web applications, some SSH, Microsoft, been sending email, using IMAP, some FTP, so many different types of applications in use by this user. And we have the option to drill in further. So here we have the user logged on to a client connecting to some sort of a HP box, and they're generating SSH traffic. The next thing we can do is we're going to click here on the modules. I'm going to go to the identity module, and I want to find out where has this user been logging on? What machines has this user been using on the network? So again, we're going to put in Windy. I'm going to run this report. And we find out here that Windy is logged on to 4 different systems on our network. And we can drill down and find out what systems she's used. And we can even find out what time she logged on to the network. So it looks like she logged on here at 10:15. So we know what applications she's used, we know where she's logged on. So now I'm going to take a look at what sort of files the user has been accessing on the network. So I'm going to go to the modules, I'm going to go to the file shares, I'm going to do a search by user. We put in the username, run the report, and it looks like here Windy has accessed 16 files on the network. We drill down, and we find out here Windy has accessed the file server, and she's also accessed the finance server. She's accessed a number of spreadsheets. Let's find out what she did. In this case here, she's actually deleted some information off the network. So let's go back to modules, web, and we're also going to take a look at what websites this particular user has access on our network. So again, let's focus on Windy and run the report. So she's accessed quite a few websites. So lots of different websites being accessed here by Windy. And we have the option to drill down further. I'm going to focus here on this torrent site. Looks possibly like she's downloading some, it does look like that. She's downloading some .torrent files here. So possibly using BitTorrent applications or using this network as a way to download torrent files. So we have also full web app visibility here as well for this user. Now finally, we now know where the user, what machines they're using, what applications they're using, what files they're copying, what websites they're accessing. We can also find out where they're plugged into the network. So I'm going to go to the device modules, device locator, I'm going to locate a device, put in the IP address. This is ones I've remembered from before. Hit the locate button. So LAN Guardian will go and trace this through the network. So it looks like this machine here that user was logged on to is plugged into this switch on that port there, name of the switch and the port description. So we've now traced the user where they're plugged into the network as well. So there are four or five reports that you can run to find out what users are doing on your network. So in summary, for the complete picture for things like what applications the user is running, where is the user logging on, what website is the user accessing, what files is the user accessing on Windows file shares, what network point is the user connected to, and other information like even what databases the user is connecting to and what queries they're running. You can get all this information from the LAN Guardian system. So if you want to find out what is happening on your network within 1 hour, go to www.netforgetechnologies.com where you can download a free trial today